Hello and welcome. Thanks for tuning in again. This week's PE and sports activities is all about ball skills. So we'll put on some activities and challenges that will help improve your hand-eye coordination and test your throwing and catching skills. All you'll need is a ball, one that fits in the palm of your hand preferably, but if it's slightly bigger, don't worry, you can work on two-handed catches all of the time. If you haven't got a ball, you can use just a pair of socks folded up into a ball that still focus on the same techniques.
We'll give you some time to get your equipment. All you need is a ball or a pair of socks as an alternative.
Okay, ready to get started. As you can see, Elle's going to work with a tennis ball to begin with, and I'm going to use the socks roll up into a ball. A bit later on when we progress, you'll need a surface to play off. So we're going to play off the wall at the back here to practice some of our throwing and catching. So just be wary of that as we progress, that you'll need a surface to play off. So to begin with, two hands on the ball, and we're just going to work on throwing into the sky and catching with two hands. So a two-handed throw and a two-handed catch just to begin with. Trying to keep our eye on the ball as it goes into the sky and as it lands into our hands, and we close our hands tightly to cup the ball. So my hands might start forming a book shape and I close my book tightly to capture the ball as it lands. Okay, when you're comfortable and confident with your two-handed throw, two-handed catch, we're then looking for two-handed throw, one-handed catch. So throwing with two, catching with one. Still throwing into the sky, keeping it controlled with two hands and trying to catch with one hand. If you can switch which hand you catch with, even better. So you're working on the weaker hand as well. Throwing into the sky, catching with one hand. When you're comfortable throwing two hands, catching with one hand, we're just going to move to throwing with one and catching with one. Good? Good stuff. The next challenge is a rainbow throw. So we're going to look to throw with one hand and catch with the other hand. So it's going up and over, just like the rainbow, throwing with one hand, catching with the other hand. Good?
Yeah.
Good? Throwing with one, catching with the other, rainbow throw. Rainbow throws might take a little bit more practice, they're quite tricky, working from one hand to the other hand. When you're comfortable with those, we're going to move on to adding a bounce into our throw and catch now. So we're just looking to drop the ball and collect it underneath. All right, now obviously that won't work with your socks because they won't bounce, so continue with the rainbow throws with your socks, or throwing up with one hand and catching with one hand. I'm going to get rid of those and go with the tennis ball. And we're looking at dropping and underhand to grab and pick the ball up. So drop and pick up. And at the moment I'm just using my strong hand, but I will progress to my other hand when I'm confident. So dropping down and scooping up underneath the ball.
Oh.
So drop and underhand grab to scoop the ball back up. When you're comfortable with that, we're going to rotate alternate hands. So I'm dropping with one hand and collecting with the other hand underneath the ball. Working from my strong hand to my other hand. Now when you're comfortable there, we're going to go with adding in a balance as an extra challenge. I'm doing some yoga lately, so I'm going to try one of my yoga poses with a bounce and an underhand grab. Elle, do you want to grab the socks?
Yeah.
Now if you're still playing with the socks, that's no problem. You're going to work on a rainbow throw with a balance. I'm a bit wobbly.
Me too. I'm going to fall.
If you wobble or lose your balance, don't worry. Regain your composure, try again, keep practicing. It all adds to the development. So moving on, we're looking at bouncing the ball and catching over the top of it now. So our grip's changed from, in the previous challenge, scooping the ball up and underneath, but now we're looking at catching over the top. So I'm going with my strong hand only at the moment. And then when I'm comfortable with that, I'm going to work on my other side, some other hand only. Don't worry if you close your hand too early, the ball bounces away. Just regather it, keep practicing. And then when you're comfortable, try and work alternate hands. So from one hand across to the other. Releasing with one, catching with the other. Oh no. So when you've mastered the bounce and overhand catch, we're going to try and perform a bounce and overhand catch, but using a balance. Again, using these yoga poses. Be creative with your balance. You show us any balance you like. Bounce, overhand catch. Going for you.
Yeah.
So from your balance and overhand catch, you can work alternate hands like I am, or all same hand. Elle, can you grab the socks?
Yeah.
If you're using the socks, you can practice overhand catch after a throw. It's a bit trickier, so you might want to try and loop it across as you work alternate hands. And then also adding in a balance for the overhand catch. I'm a bit wobbly. Okay, so Elle's disappeared and left me alone to finish off the ball skills for this week. So we're just going to look at a couple of variations with your ball. I'm going to use the socks to show you. We're going to try and catch as high in the sky as we can, so as close to the ceiling. Include a jump if you need to, or if you can. And then we're going to work on catching as low to the ground as we can to keep it off the floor. So catching high with a jump and catching low to the ground. These can be two-handed or one-handed, entirely up to you. You give them a go, but we're trying to catch at the highest point and catch at the lowest point. Good one for the goalies, trying to catch as high in the sky as they can. For all the goalkeepers practicing with us today. And then a variation in catching as low to the ground as you can. So I'm trying to get my hands nice and low to the ground to rescue the ball or the socks just before it touches the floor. 5 more of the high or lows to finish. Before we move over to the wall. Okay, so we're going to head over to the wall now. I'm going to begin with the socks, but you'll get a better bounce using your tennis ball, obviously. But we'll show you some variations firstly that you can use with your folded up socks if that's what you're choosing to play with today. Okay, make sure you've got a safe space to play in around the surface that you're using to rebound your ball or your socks back to you once again. The closer you go, the less time you have to react when the ball or the socks comes back off of the surface. The further away you go, you've got a little bit more time to react, but bear in mind you're going to need a more powerful throw for it to come back to where you are to catch. So just to begin with, we're looking for an underhand throw to react quickly as it bounces back off the wall. Okay, now my throw is quite powerful using the socks as it needs to be, but it won't need to be that powerful using your tennis ball. Okay, so 5 more of those. And then I'm going to switch, get rid of the socks, and I'm going to go for the tennis ball. And I'm just looking to throw against the wall, let it bounce and collect. So against the wall, let it bounce and collect. I can collect with 2 hands, like we practiced earlier, or 1 hand, working alternate hands from my strong hand to my other hand. So from there, we're going to go to no bounce and trying to catch with 1 hand. Now, as you can see, I'm catching underneath the ball at the moment. Feel free to go up higher and try and catch with that overhand grab that we practiced earlier. And I'm going all strong hand at the moment. And when I'm comfortable and confident, I'm going to look to switch over and practice with the other hand. And it's a mixture of an underhand grab or an overhand grab. Good stuff, a couple more of those to finish off. So a mixture, a combination of catching overhand up high, or you can work on the underhand grab down low. Then we're going to add in a balance Something else for our mind to think about now, whilst concentrating on some of those grip techniques to catch back off of the wall. Underhand or that overhand grab. Again, looking to work both sides, strong hand and other hand. Again, we'd love to see your variations, any balances that you've got, any other skills and tricks that you've got with the ball coming back off the wall. We're about to take it up a level now, so we're going to make it a little bit more complex for those elite catchers that we've got. So the aim of the final set of challenges today is to try and do all of them without a bounce. Okay, so they're very tough. Use a bounce to simplify it if you need to. And if you're still not at the level for some of these complex challenges, then feel free to continue to work on all of those other little challenges that we've built up this afternoon. So the more complex challenges. So the first of the complex challenges is to try and throw between your legs to get the ball to come back and catch off of the wall. A lot tougher if you're using your socks, because you need a more powerful throw, so you've got to try and generate some power in that throw between the legs and then reacting quickly to catch. Trying to do it without a bounce, but if you need a bounce to give yourself a little bit more time to react, then please do so. Try and catch without a bounce. 5 more of those. And here's the next challenge. We're going to try and face away from the surface or the wall that we're playing off. And we're going to try and throw around the side, turn to catch. So facing away to start with, and we're going to try and throw around the side before twisting to catch. Try and stay facing away if you can. Turn and twist to catch. Okay, and the last of the challenges today is we're going to work side on to the wall. Any side you like, we'll practice off both sides. And we're just looking to throw across the body to the surface and catch with the opposite hand. So cross my body against the surface, catch with the opposite hand. Remember, the more power in your throw, the quicker you've got to react to it coming back off of the wall. We want to try and perform the challenge without a bounce. I can throw it lower on the wall to give myself an added challenge to react that little bit quicker. I'm just going to switch over here and give it a go with the other side now. So a throw and a catch there. Oh, a lot trickier for me this one because it's a weaker hand throw for me, but a stronger hand catch. Five more of those. That wraps up the PE and sports activities for this week. Lots of ball skills and variations there for the children to work on in the comfort of their own home or in their school environment. Parents and teachers, don't forget to like, share, comment and tag to help raise awareness of the scheme that's just given a few more activities and challenges regularly each week, every Friday, for the kids to practice. We hope you tune in again next time.